Hello, and welcome back to my studio. My muse informed me very forcefully that she really had had enough of fall colors for the moment. She said she'd get back to them, but right now she said she needed a break, and I have to admit that I kind of agree with her. So, I got out my Dilutions journal into the center because I want to keep the book kind of balanced, and interesting to see the stitching, and it's double threads of stitching in this journal. Sorry, that's aside. Today, my goal is to leave a little negative space on the page, and the pieces of collage that I have picked work kind of nicely with the color of the Dilutions journal. So when I put my first layer of gesso down, I left some of that color peeking through, and now I'm going to add a little bit of Ceramcoat Hydrangea Pink here and there and spread it out with a credit card because I do like the effect that gives. Let's see. Ah, yes. See now, I really would be hard pressed to explain why this effect tickles me, but it does. So let's have some over here now. Maybe just a touch more here and there. This is an experiment, but it is kind of enjoyable to look at this color. But I won't tell my muse that she was right as usual. Now I've picked this fleur-de-lis, and I think I'm going to put one on each side just because I want to, and I'm going to go I'm going to start out and see about one shade darker. I'm going to go from hydrangea pink to pink quartz, and let's see what happens, whether I might need to go a little bit darker on this. I don't know. Oh yes. Okay, we'll put some of this on. Then I'm going to pink this up a little bit. Let's try fuchsia. This might be a little bit too far the other way. Well, maybe not. Let's see what happens if I pull this back. Oh yes. Oh yes. used a mask in ages and ages. This is a fun experience. This is certainly not autumn colors. Okay, fingers crossed. Yes. Yes. And let me go over here now. A lot of this is going to be covered because I've picked some rather largish pieces of collage for this page. Well, no, I don't think you need to watch me do the rest of that, but I will share the pieces of collage that I've picked before I leave. I picked this, and you'll notice that pinkish beige, that piece, and that piece. And this, maybe I'll take a little bit less. Yes, in fact, I will. Off we go. Maybe a little bit less of this one too, but that's the road I'm going to be traveling on with this. I'll be right back when I have my mask finished. And I'll probably apply the collage pieces, because that's another thing that I think you've seen me do beaucoup times. I'll be right back. Now I'm thinking that I want to do something with this watercolor. And so I've gotten out my Laguna Blue in Ceramcoat and my Tropic Bay Blue. And I think that's going to require a little bit of a mix. But nothing ventured. Here we go. Now, remembering that I want to leave some negative whiteness, we go up here and not get too carried away. Which one is on there first? I think I'll try the light one. Then the other side of the same sponge. See if I can't darken that a little bit. Yes. Let's see what happens. All right. Not overdone. And I think one more or two right over there. A little bit over here. And just tiniest bit here. Righty, 1, 2, 3. And down here. Now, one cannot forget the plane trees of Paris, so a little bit of green, leaf green, just a touch. And I'm thinking, yes, some script, just a little bit. Yes, enough. I think that will do the, bring out this touch of green. Yes. And some right here, not too much. Good. Here. Oh my goodness. Decisions, decisions. And I don't hear a word from my muse. Alrighty, now I'm going to dry this and have a think, because I think we need a little darkness on here in some way, and then some play, and I think my goal will be reached. I'll be back. I've decided that the last thing I want to put on here is doodling in black, so I dug deeply and found a pretty flower stamp, and I'm using my Stays on Timber Brown. I'm going to take a dare and go right over the center and hope that because I'm pressing with my fingers this will work. Fingers crossed. Haha. Yes. Yes. I'm going to stop there. And I'm thinking that these large pieces need a little bit of something to bring them forward just a bit, so I'm going to get my Stabilo in a brown. This is a Stabilo All, number 1045 in brown. And let's just add just a tiny bit here along the edges of the collage. And up here. And I'm just going to use the tiniest bit of water to activate these, because I want just the minimal spread on the Stabilo. But I don't think I'm going to do the flower. I'm going to play on that flower. So let's see what happens. Having a different effect with the Stabilo on the collage paper. As you can see, the effect is a little bit different when it's coming out on the acrylic background, but not too much. I'll be back when I have gotten the rest of my equipment out for the fun part, for me at least. It's all wonderful, but I do like it when I have a pen in my hand. I'll be back. As you can see, I've decided to use some of my Prismas to help this big flower along, and the type of paper that this is printed on makes these Prismas so happy. I have almost no pressure added to yield all of this color. It's just delightful. In certain areas I'm going to add just a little bit more. Of course, this is absolutely more fun than I can stand. Now something to work with the lovely background color of this print. Gotten quiet because I'm enjoying this so much. I'm just soaking in the moment. It's wonderful the way art does give you moments like that. And the last light little bit. I wish I could read the color, the name on here, but it's very, very pale. Yes, that perked that up a little bit, didn't it? Now the test will come. and see which one of these will work over that waxy. Well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? Very, very, very light as possible touch. Very little ink on there, but I do think it needs it to delineate these petals. I don't think I've ever been quite as happy with a Sharpie as I am right now, because it's marking over that waxy Prisma with absolutely no effort. Oops. Look at that, right over that waxy. I think part of it might be this paper that this flower is, I don't know why I think it's a hibiscus, but that this flower is printed on. It's not completely flat. It has a little bit of a grain to it. Oops. And just a little, I'm going to pick out a little bit of the edge here, this lacy edge, just because it's something that I like to do so much. Kind of brings the eye out to the center, to the edge of the flower. think I shall leave well enough alone there. I think this floor needs to have a very light I wonder if it's normal to want to kiss a pen, but this really is tickling me. And I guess because it was so unexpected. I'm going to play a little bit around the outline of this and do something with the word Paris, and I'll be back. Well, as my last addition, I knew that I needed a little bit of dark, but not too dark, so I chose my Ceramcoat Brown Velvet and this oldie but sweet stencil, and I do believe that it did the trick. And there is plenty of negative space. And I think, watch now, it's not going to work after all that. Well, well, well. And I was going to giz it. Oh well, we'll just have to cope, I guess. So, I do hope that you have enjoyed visiting with me today while I worked on leaving negative space. And didn't that Prismacolor pencils add just what was needed on that flower. And those are quite attractive flowers on that stamp. If you have enjoyed today, please give me a thumbs up leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Bye now.